guys, back out here in the garage. It's a new day. It's a pretty nice day. Got the door open. I think it's about 50 out there. So I'm pretty excited to get this little project moving. I've got to take this engine transmission, set it in there. But first, if you guys saw my last video, if you haven't seen my last video, go check them out. Go watch the rest of my videos. They're not bad and get you caught up on what you've been missing. And if you don't like it or you want to see something different, please put a little comment down there. Tell me, hey man, do a little more of this or that, or don't do that. You know, whatever. Give me some feedback on it. I appreciate it. So, today, I got to make this transmission bracket slash cross member less ugly. This cross member and old transmission mount was in the car and had a different type of transmission on it. When I put the Turbo 350 and the small block in, I had to move it forward a little bit. And to do so, I just took some scrap metal and bolted it on the bottom there. It fits perfectly. It's actually nice. It's just ugly as can be. So I think I'm going to come in here today, do a little modifying, probably cut this right here, here and here, take a little more round stock, maybe bend a little border, and then just weld that all in there, and I'll take those bolts out. Then I'll clean this thing up, put a little paint on it. So I got to do that, and then while I'm in the painting mood, I'm going to take this guy off and paint it too. I don't want it to be that anodized gold color. So I'm going to get on it. We'll see how far I get. So I got my welds all done. One of the things I try to do before I paint, especially cold metal like this, is I'll just take my torch and just put it on here. And I'm not trying to melt any metal, but you can see that line, I don't know if you can see it on there, of where it's just pushing moisture. And the metal's been sitting out here in my cold garage, so the idea is just to heat it up a little bit so it'll take some paint. There we go, you can see it just kind of pushing that moisture down there. It's still hot in the middle from where I welded on it, but that's the trick next. Do a little preheat on this guy. And then I got my handy dandy paint booth set up outside, my ladder, not my kid's bike. I won't hang it from his handlebars. But I'm gonna go out there and hang this up and throw a little black paint on it and hopefully have it completely de-uglified and ready to bolt into the car. All right, here we are. Engine and trans are ready to go in the car. I got my cross member painted, bolted in with some good nylock nuts, just the right length of bolts on 3 out of the 4. We'll get that other one later. There it is. That's how I ended up trying to make it look prettier. I don't know if it worked or not, but it's sturdy, it'll work. And this is kind of tricky because that body channel down over the frame, it sits flush, but it has a little divot for these nuts to poke through. So I'll have to be cautious. Yeah, I just had to be smart, put my bolts to the outside so that when I go pull that out with the body on, I can do that. Have my motor mount sitting on the pads, ready to go, ready to receive. I got my motor plate painted up. Almost all of it painted up. Great. Oh well. It's painted up, bolted up. One trick you got to remember on these small block Chevys is, I believe it's this hole right here, goes through to the one of the oil passages that goes in, or a passage that lets oil come out. Anyway, it's for the fuel pump area there. Anyway, it doesn't matter on this one. This is the L31 block, late model Vortec. There is no provision. There's just a provision for a fuel pump, but no holes. That's just the bosses there, but it's not connected to anything, and all those are blind holes. Otherwise, you put a little bit of sealant on there when you plug that bolt in so that you don't have an oil leak. Okay, I'm going to put this thing on the tripod and do some rodeo with the engine and trans. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to have to put these front tires up on blocks because I'd like to just stab it straight in like that. So enjoy the show. Well, what do you think? Got the engine transmission in. It was quite a rodeo with the engine stand. I don't know if you could tell. I'll just do a fast forward for it, but this thing's so low, I managed to somehow roll it off the blocks and have the axle sitting on my engine stand. It was a good rodeo, but got it done. That's part of the fun in all of this, right? So it's set up in here now. Now I don't know what my next move's gonna be. Probably gonna have to figure out my transmission angle and then come back in now, correct my pinion angle on the rear end, draw out my marks on the floor to make sure it's all square, front end square, frame and everything square. I got to put in my brake booster, run brake lines to everything, and I can do that complete because I don't need the body on for that. But I think the next thing I'm going to come in here and do is I'm going to come glue my tunnel ram there onto the engine, just because that's going to look so cool once I get that bolted on. And the engine's not coming back off the frame, so I don't have to worry about that getting in the way of the engine hoist. So that'll probably be it. But this is it for this episode. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit thumbs up, share it with a buddy, especially if you know somebody building a hot rod or somebody that's like, man, I don't know if I know how to do that. Check it out. If this guy knows how to do it, you can figure it out, okay? So continue to support the videos. I surely appreciate it, and let's build this community.